former Irish stripper who sexually assaulted woman claims he's next biggest thing since Conor McGregor. I'm going to blow up in the MMA scene next year. I can promise you that. I'm the next biggest thing since Conor McGregor. News by Paul Healy. 5 o'clock, the 15th of October 2021. Paul Flaherty in Thailand. A former stripper, streaker and TV dating show contestant who sexually assaulted a woman he met on Tinder is suing a prison for personal injury. After a scrap he admits he was in. Convicted sex offender Paul Flaherty, 32, from Tala, South Dublin was released from the Midlands prison last year. And he has now lodged a High Court action against the governor of that facility, alleging personal injury, stemming from an incident that occurred behind bars in December 2019. In an extraordinary phone interview, the deluded and unrepentant criminal, who said he was away in Thailand, also told this paper in a bizarre rant that he was going to become the next biggest thing since Conor McGregor, as he launches a mixed martial arts career. I'm going to blow up in the MMA scene next year. I can promise you that. I'm the next biggest thing since Conor McGregor. With the background story of what's happened to me, people are going to see my YouTube channel, he claimed. But in 2018 a jury found Flaherty, who was once known as an infamous streaker in Dublin's Croke Park Stadium, guilty of sexually assaulting a woman at his home on Kiltipper Avenue, Tala, Dublin on August 31, 2015. The incident took place while Flaherty's parents were in the next bedroom, and after he had met his victim for drinks earlier in the day after exchanging messages on Tinder. Now Flaherty, who was released after 2 years in prison.
Now let me intervene here. That sounds like Decca's story, that doesn't it? The incident took place while his parents were in the next bedroom. Nobody could do that, could they? Well, that's what Decca said. Let's carry on.
Now Flaherty, who was released after 2 years in prison, is suing the governor of the Midlands prison for what he alleges was an assault on him on a landing of the jail. In our interview, Flaherty admitted that he was involved in a physical fight with another inmate, which led to the alleged incident he is now suing over. Flaherty claims he was assaulted during the alleged incident on December 30th, and placed into a 23-hour lockup for the remainder of his sentence. However, Flaherty is not alleging that the prisoner he was fighting with assaulted him, but that the alleged incident occurred after the fight. I was having a fight with another prisoner, he said, and when asked if that was a physical fight he said, yeah. I was then heavily assaulted, he claimed. Croke Park streaker, Paul Flaherty. They knew my background. I'm a good-looking guy. I don't act like anybody else in there. They used this opportunity and they assaulted me.
Yet again, another thing Decca likes to say. No coincidence here.
They knew my background. I'm a good-looking guy. I don't act like anybody else in there. They used this opportunity and they assaulted me. Upon learning of Flaherty's case against the prison, we contacted him for comment, and he went on a rant claiming his story had the makings of a movie or a TV series. Are you all set with the recorder ready? You're about to plug the greatest TV show of all time. Are you ready?
These two are so alike. All the both are after is fame and glory, and people to bloody watch them basically.
This is a story straight out of a movie. An innocent man locked up, he said. In her victim impact statement read out in court in 2018, the victim said her life would never be the same again after Flaherty, a man, twice her size, sexually assaulted her. It shouldn't matter what clothes I was wearing, how I wore my hair or what I said. On that night, This man abused my trust, preyed upon my naivety and annihilated my human rights. He left bruises on my body, which have long since faded, and he inflicted scars upon my mind that will never heal, she said. But speaking to this paper this week, an unapologetic Flaherty said, with the charge, it was a real FC King kick in the bollocks. A life-changing charge that I have to walk around with for the rest of my life. Flaherty has now set up a YouTube channel called The Shadow Boxer, and claimed to this paper that he is about to become the biggest star in MMA as he launches his comeback. I'm trying to get my life back together and I'm currently in Thailand training for my pro MMA debut in Bellator MMA next year. So I'm over here now. It's a bit of a comeback story. These fighters are on a different level, so this is my comeback story, he said. Crime. I've plenty of fans. Everyone knows the story. It's a strange story, he claimed. Flaherty, whose crime was described by a judge as disgusting, insists that he's still going to fight his conviction, putting his victim through more pain. We will spend every penny we have, he said. Flaherty first made the headlines in 2007 when he did a charity fundraising streak at a match in Croke Park. He also previously appeared on TV3's Take Me Out, and made headlines as a local stripper. Torture. But he went on to appear in the papers for all the wrong reasons, after he was found guilty of the woman's assault. The woman said not only had she suffered physical and mental torture, but she had to relive the event during the trial where her life had been stripped bare, and her character assassinated. The fact that another human being is capable of inflicting such horror upon another was, and still is, so profoundly shocking to me. I no longer dream of raising children because the world seems so sinister now, she said. The woman said every unfamiliar man now had the potential to be a predator, and she felt forced to give up her civil service job as she could not concentrate on her work. She feared walking to and from her workplace car park and worried Flaherty would attack her again. She said there was no manual for overcoming something so abhorrent, and she very nearly lost everything she had worked for because of Flaherty's actions on that night.
There we go. That's the entire newspaper that will read out for us. Goodbye. Thank you again.